Well, hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining Josh and I on this Monday evening. I am Kat. I am the Director of Professional Programs, and Josh has joined me.
Hi.
Josh, if you don't know Josh is a member of our licensing department as well as used to be the tournament director on the road. So most of you know him. And so I got him to pop in and join me today to walk through jerseys, all things jerseys. Josh, you want to say anything before we get started?
Welcome. It's going to be fun.
Oh, okay. I am going to add this really quick. All right. Jersey Playbook sponsors, style, and matching bags. All the things you need to know. I know that it looks like I'm not looking at you, but you're on my big screen, so bear with me. I want to highlight this lovely. Josh, you want to read your chat quote you got for us today?
ChatGPT, it's a wonderful thing. I'm going to put it on my big screen, which is to my left. With sponsorship comes responsibility. Pro athletes must follow the rules as they represent brands, fans, and the sport itself.
Could not be more fitting for this lovely start to the season and getting jerseys off the jump. Okay, I'm going to walk through our agenda. We're going to walk through pro jersey designs and styles. We've got some good news for everybody. Pro jersey requirements. When do you have to have them? How do you have to wear them? All the fun stuff. How matching bags. Josh is going to walk us through the bag policy, how the jerseys match with the bags, and all the fun things that go along with that so everyone understands. Sponsor placements. How do sponsors get picked where they go on the jersey? Also, who can sponsor me? That's been the big question across the board this year so far. And then we're going to go through the process for the returning sponsors, new sponsor applications, and then through sponsor logos. At the very end, we'll do a quick Q&A, make sure we got everybody's questions. Please feel free to put your questions in the chat. Probably answer them as we go because it's just Josh and I tonight. If we feel that it's necessary, otherwise I'll scan back through at the very end. So let's get started. All right. Jersey designs. Jersey designs are the same as they were last year. However, we have changed to a lighter material. I know a lot of people are going to be a lot happier about that. It's been a big request for a long time, and we were finally able to make it work. They're going to fit like a Nike dry fit t-shirt now. We are looking on trying to have samples at the first open. If not, definitely at open 2, but we'll keep you updated on that as we can. Also, we are now going to offer men's, women's, and youth sizing. Women and youth have been a struggle for years. The ladies have sucked it up, and the kids went to the tailor and got it all shrunk, and now we don't have to worry about any of that anymore. We're going to have sizes for everyone. Everyone must have a dark and a light color. So you have to have one from the top row and then one from the bottom row. Your color options are going to help you later on when Josh talks about bags, but we'll go through that. Super excited about the changes that we were able to make this season for the jerseys. I hope everyone else is as well. Pro jersey requirements. Pro jerseys are mandatory for all pro points events. We want our pro players to stand out. We want our pro players to be proud of being an ACL pro. We want you to showcase your sponsors across the board, and having you in your pro jersey allows all of those things to happen. When we walk into a signature, I want to know every single person in the room that's a pro, and I want to know everyone in the room that's an amateur. And this is the easiest way to distinguish the two of you. For partners in doubles events, you must match your partner. Now, if you are playing with someone that's not your regular partner, and you end up on a live stream or broadcast match, we'll provide generics for you if you don't actually already have the same matching colors. Some players have decided to go about that different ways. And if you ever run into that issue, please ask me. I can help try and solve it in a different way. I've had players borrow one that's sponsored by the same person from another player or something of that sort to let you keep your bag colors and your sponsors on there. New this year, forgotten jersey protocol. One, you need to notify me immediately that you don't have one. It's better for you to come to me than for me to find you without one. Two, there will be a $25 fee that's charged if a jersey is forgotten this year. Please note the fee will double with each subsequent occurrence. I want everyone to understand that this is not me trying to be a pain about it. Last year, the amount of jerseys that I handed out over 6 signatures was absolutely insane, especially when it came to teams events and things of that sort. So we want everyone to understand that where it puts us, right? I have to find you the right size. I have to make sure you return it so that we make sure we have it for the next time. Then I have to make sure it's washed. Then we have to make sure that it gets back in the box. Like, it's just a whole process. And we want you to wear your jerseys because your jerseys have your sponsors on them. So that is going to be the new rule of thumb this year on forgotten jerseys. Bag and jersey color requirements. Live stream broadcast matches during pro events must have bags that match your jersey. So I'm going to go ahead and say it now because Josh asked me this earlier because someone was having a heart attack. At an open, you do not have to follow this rule, okay? At an open, normal rules apply. At a pro event, if you are playing in a pro points event, you must have pro jerseys matching your color bags. Live stream and broadcast will follow the same rules this year. We suggest you use it across the season in all of your play. It makes everything a lot easier, but you hit a live stream or broadcast, your jersey and your bags must match. With that, I'll let Josh talk about our bag policy.
Oh, I changed this slide, but it must not have updated because you already pulled it for the slideshow. But okay, regardless, in the top line it says, your bags during live stream and broadcast must clearly have 2 colors. I changed it to may have 2 colors, but 1 primary color. So it doesn't mean that you have to have 2 colors. You can go back to the previous rules that have been in place for as long as you can remember, where it's just a plain boring background. You can do that, but you don't have to this year. Keck called me a couple weeks ago and basically said, "Hey, I'm thinking about this." Oh my God, you're typing it so loud.
Sorry.
Keck called me and said, "Hey, can we do this?" And she gave me these ideas of 2 colors on a bag where you guys can express yourself with different designs and things like that. So you can see the 4 bags on the bottom as examples. These are all perfectly fine for broadcast / live stream for pro events. Okay, pro signature events. 2 colors on a bag as long as it's matching. As you can see, the BG bag there, that greenish blue, aqua, whatever color you want to call that, doesn't match the jersey perfectly. It is okay. Something like that would work for the blue dark jersey or the green dark jersey. It doesn't need to be perfect, but the licensees that are listening, some of you have already reached out to me, and if you haven't, but you want what are the color codes? If you want the color codes for the jersey colors, I got it. I can get it to you, so you can match your bags almost perfectly with the jerseys. What am I missing?
Nothing. I love matching color codes. So any manufacturer that's willing to do matching is not going to hurt my feelings. However, yeah, we were really excited to be able to allow this and be able to give a little bit more leeway, right? It's always being about making sure the customer at home can be able to see, right? Every single person watching cornhole is a customer per se, a future customer of the ACL, right? We want them to play cornhole. We want them to buy bags from manufacturers. We want them to start attending tournaments. We want them to do all of the things. And so at home, when they're watching cornhole, if I am wearing a black jersey and throwing white bags, and Josh is wearing a white jersey and throwing black bags, it becomes really difficult to understand as to who is what and what is happening in scoring. Josh did score for years.
I want to add something into this. And Matt Moran's basically explained it once, and the way he put it makes perfect sense. Cornhole without sound. Okay, So you're in the bar, you're in the gym, wherever you are, and there's a bunch of TVs, and cornhole's on one or more of the TVs there, but they don't have the sound on for that, right? So if you're sitting there watching, can you follow along without sound? The commentators do a great job when you're listening, but if you're not listening, if you can't listen, can you watch and follow along? If you see the jersey pink and white with pink and white or really light gray bags, oh, that team or that player is using those bags. Very easy. Cornhole without sound. That's what this is basically about.
Correct. Which means we are not doing it just because we want to do it. We are doing it so that we can do cornhole without sound and create a great broadcast for everyone, not just the players, but the audience that's in house as well as the audience at home. So, if you have any questions about the bag policy, you're more than welcome to ask. You can Slack me any kind of questions you have. Okay. All right. Next slide. Sponsor placement. Sponsor placement. Okay. I know that I shared the colors with y'all earlier. This is going to show you the spots. So you'll hear us refer to P1, P2, 3, 4, and 5, right? Every jersey has 5 spots. If you have less than 5 sponsors, you can combine logos. You can combine P2 and 3 together or P4 and P5 together. They will combine front and back. So when you're selling a spot on your jersey, you could say, hey, I have spot P2 and P3 available. Then you can show them this. Or if you say, hey, I'm looking to sell my P1 sponsorship. A lot of players you'll see across the board, if they have less, will do a P1 and P2, P3 combo. You can do that as well. You'll see that on a lot of the ultra jerseys. P1, 2, and 3 are usually all of the same. So combinations can happen in here. You will not worry about this until you order. I just want to make sure that you have it so that when you're trying to sell the spots on your sponsorship jersey, you know it's available to you and how to sell it. Okay. Perfect. All right. Next slide. Ooh. Who can sponsor me? This is a big question we get to. Really and honestly, the only prohibited categories we have are ones that are going to be excessively vulgar, derogatory, or pornographic in nature. Those are going to be the categories that are going to be an automatic NO across the board. Don't even ask them because it's not going to be approved. Tobacco, CBD, and marijuana companies are now approved. However, they cannot have any of the paraphernalia embedded in the logo. So like I can't have Happy Times weed shop sponsor me if there's a weed leaf in the background, but I can have Happy Times on the logo. So the sponsorships are fine, but we just got to make sure that the logo fits within the bounds that broadcast companies have on us. Okay. Cornhole companies. Essentially, if they're affiliated with the ACL, they're good to go. If they run tournaments, they have to at minimum be a local director with the ACL. Most of you should know who's affiliated with the ACL across the board. If you have any questions or if you have a concern like, hey, I'm interested in this company, not really sure if they're affiliated or not, you can reach out and we can see what we can find for you. Or just have them submit an application. And if they're approved, they're good to go. Alcohol and gaming companies used to be something that was not approved. They are now. However, in the event that, say, Trey turns around and signs Bacardi back, right? Say Bacardi signs on for another sponsorship deal with us, and you've already signed your deal with Captain Morgan. We will figure out how to work through that situation, whether it is grandfathering you in and letting it fly or buying your sponsorship contract and paying that out in full. We haven't run into this yet. I know that I had a gambling question earlier this year. It was approved. It's been fine. If something changes with that, we will handle that way. So those are just your biggest. Anything else outside of that, your mom and pop restaurants, your construction companies, your golf courses, things or anything like that is going to be almost automatically approved unless for some reason there is something found. It shouldn't be any issues. All right. This is when we start getting into the nitty gritty. This is before we get into the next slide, this is what the main portion of this call is about. We know that sponsor submission on DLH last year and years prior goes great for some and not great for others. So we want to walk you through the entire process. Josh is going to explain everything just to make it way easier on everyone, including Josh.
So basically, I'm going to be the one that's going to be going through DLH on our end and approving the sponsors, sending them to the next step, doing approval, letting them know. If you, Kat will provide you with the step-by-step document that we have. You can share that outside of the ACL. You could share that with anybody you want, any potential sponsors, anybody out there. If they follow the steps to the T, it'll be very easy. I did it earlier today with the dummy account. Yes, I was the dummy. And it took me 6 minutes from basically when I finished the first part of the application until I was completely set in stone. Yes, that was also me on the other end doing the next step in the approval process. But as long as they pay attention to their emails, their notifications in DLH, it'll be very easy. Kim, no, we do not want you to do it for them. Have them do it themselves, because I will probably, if I need to reach out to them, it is going to go to their email that they put in as their email. And then all of a sudden, if you're doing it for them and I have a question, and they're like, what the heck is this? It's easier if they do it themselves. It's a very quick process. Is here, where'd they go? Dang it, I had it up. If we have Chad Knock, Trent Russell, or Quinn Reeves in here right now, let me know how easy it was, because either today or throughout the weekend, they put in their initial application and I sent them to step 2 today. They did the next step and I got them approved and they're all done and good to go, and that's it. The only thing they have to do, that was the retailer side, but the same process up until that point for sponsors or retailers. But any sponsor that had an application in DLH already, their agreement is expired. It expired at the end of July, because our new bag season starts August 1st. So we reset everybody in DLH. They do need to renew their application. Just have them log in with their same credentials and follow the steps. It'll be laid out on the sheet that Kat will get you guys, and just easily go through. I will help them along the way. The easiest way for them to reach me is the comments on the application through DLH or an email. If it's a comment, I can just look right away instead of having to search and find out who it is. A comment on DLH, it's like a message board, and I can help them out immediately and get them through. But they have to turn on their notifications in DLH, their email notifications. I don't think we need to go over all the steps on here, because we're going to go through and do this. But then now here, Brotherhood. Oh, will Kat send the application? What do you mean? The application is through DLH. It's this link. This link will be on the sheet. You click on the link and it'll send you right to this. And Kat's going to go through and create a new sponsor account right now. And we're going to show you exactly how to do this. Do we need to submit as a bag sponsor, or are we already in there? Brett, you already have the account in DLH. You just have to submit the artwork as a sponsor artwork, not a licensed product.
Brooklyn, the link that you see 2 comments above you is the link to the doc that Josh is referring to. I see several people in it already. It's called Sponsor Application Instructions. And then I am actually, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take this one off and I'm going to add this one because I am going to make a dummy account and we are literally going to walk y'all through this so that you can, if they have any issues, you can just say, watch the video and follow along step by step. If you are someone that is a sponsor in here and you would like to click on that link I sent and click on the first step and follow along and do that as well, you are more than welcome to.
So this may take a little more than the 6 minutes that I mentioned earlier.
What?
However, if they follow these steps to the T, whoa, I did something.
Y'all are gonna see all my fun stuff. What is this? Josh, you wanna comment on the website while I'm doing it?
I'm delayed somehow. So I gotta figure this out.
Josh has technical difficulties apparently. Braden, all personal sponsors must submit through the process. Any sponsor that you want to put on your jersey must go through this process. Now, like Brotherhood Cornhole, right? Brotherhood Cornhole is going to be a sponsor for 25 players this season, right? And he only has to do the process once. So as soon as he's done it one time, he can tell every single one of his players, I'm good to go. You can order your jersey. It does not need to be done more than once for each player, but every sponsor you want on your jersey must do it at some point.
Yes.
Josh, did you want to make a comment about the website? That's what I was referring to.
What do you mean? Which website? Oh, this website. Okay, so this is like if it's a cornhole club, right? Like backyardbeggars.com, whatever it is. If it's a local director, regional director, state director, if they don't have an actual website, they could just use their own personal Facebook page, or their club page. That's what they got to put in there. This is regarding retailers, you pros or anybody else that comes in as a retailer. Like let's say I'm retailing for Brotherhood. He's in the chat, so I'm using him. I'm not putting Brotherhood's website right there in that website place. I'm putting my own Josh Keck's personal Facebook page link right there. Okay, that's what that is. Tax ID 9 zeros if you don't have a tax ID. And you don't have to upload an image right here. That's just an image for you, kind of like your cover photo. You don't need one. You didn't put your real address in there, did you?
Maybe. I mean, it's already on something else in here anyway. What does it matter? Y'all start sending SWAT smiles, we're gonna have a problem.
Yes, Braden. All of your sponsors do it, but if one of your sponsors is sponsoring you and your partner, they're only doing it once.
Password. You showing you all those things?
It bleeps it out. Just don't click show.
Register?
Yeah.
Maybe we might have to click show so I know what I put in there. Got it. Dermody. What is happening, Joshua? Oh, not see. Sometimes
you gotta put X.
Gotta have a symbol.
Yeah.
Gotta have a symbol. All right.
Email. Now go to that email and click the link to verify it.
Great.
Okay, I lied. It did take me a little more than 6 minutes earlier because I put the wrong email in. But
let's hope I didn't.
Once I got that figured out.
While we wait for this email to be sent to me, please feel free. There we go.
Did you click it?
Yeah. Can I just refresh on here and it'll take me the login screen or no?
Yes. I'm refreshing my end of DLH.
All right, so if you're like me, oh, no.
Clicked on the link on your phone. What does it do?
Yeah, I verified it says log in. So can I hit log out in here and then just log back in?
Yeah. It should have given. Oh, yeah, you didn't do the next step. That's why it didn't show me. All right.
So
do that.
After I verify, I'm going to log in. Beautiful. My language is English. It's the dollar. That's how I like to see the date. Save changes. Now I'm going to click.
We can't see the drop down as you're sharing your screen.
Okay.
Just so you know.
So when you click the drop down says select brand. The very top one is going to say American Cornhole League, ACL. You're just going to click that and then click continue. Is the very top option.
It's the only one cornhole wise. Most of this information is already generated from your initial application.
So then you scroll down, hit agree. Then I'm going to be sponsor player jersey. That is all I'm doing. I'm not selling anything. I'm not a bag manufacturer. I'm just a sponsor for a player jersey. So then my legal company name is Central VA Cornhole.
Licensees watching right now, you are not doing this step. You are already in DLH.
Then I am going to put other, correct? Josh, on the drop down?
For business organization?
Yeah, type of business organization.
Yeah,
you just click other.
If you're not an LLC or anything like that, then just do other.
Your options in there are self-employed, LLC, and then corporations. I am just other. I don't have any of the above for that business.
If you do get a big name sponsor, let's just say Miller Brewing, right? That's going to be a corporation, and they have a whole team that will deal with stuff like this, and they can do this pretty quickly. Right. They use Miller because I'm in Milwaukee, and that's Miller.
So then, Wesley, I will answer that question at the end. Good question. So I put my website in here. All I have is a Facebook for my group. So I just put my Facebook in here. Please don't just put facebook.com.
I will send it back to you. I promise.
Make sure you put your actual title for your club in there, or your actual URL, your full URL for that. If you just have Facebook, it's fine. It's just got to be the whole thing. All right. Now I'm going to submit.
All right. Now you wait. Once you're at this step, you wait for me to send you to step 2. I'm pretty good throughout the day during normal work hours, and I will push it through to step 2, and I'll actually put a comment on there saying we're sending you. I sent you to step 2. Oops, I almost pushed you through all the way.
Don't do that. While you're waiting for Josh, your drafts will be empty. If you click on pending to make sure it went through, you're just going to see it right here. Okay. That you're pending an approval. As Josh said, our team is really, really good in work hours, right? But if you submit this on 7:00 on a Friday and you don't get it back until Monday, don't get mad. We know that cornhole is a 24/7 business. However, our staff on weekends, most of our staff is off. So just keep that in mind when submitting stuff.
All right, refresh.
All right.
Go to the main DLH page. Just click on dashboard.
Click my dashboard.
All right, see the notification on the right. New comment has been added. The application is under approval. Please submit the details to stage 2. So now I put a comment on, scroll down a tad. I put a comment on there. Okay, you're on step 2. If you turned on your notifications, you would have gotten an email notification saying that. Scroll all the way up.
Kim just asked where you turn on your notifications, Josh.
Let's do that right now. Go all the way to the top.
Okay.
Settings, the menu, the hamburger menu.
Hamburger. You'll see this in the document. It says the hamburger menu. It's the 3 dots on the side.
Whoever came up with that was just must love burgers or something, but okay.
Why is it not letting me?
Click on dashboard again. You can't because you're here. Just go ahead and submit now. We'll do step 2.
Okay, submit now.
Yep.
I'm going to sponsor myself. No. Are you affiliated with any other cornhole league, organization, or team? No.
If you click no, but you are, I will find out.
So will I, because I've been going through all the returning sponsors. Please acknowledge that you will not promote any competing league software, boards, or bags. I agree and submit.
Okay. Now go to dashboard or menu. Scroll down, settings, alert. Wait, what does it say?
Email notifications.
Yes, there. There. It should be set to always for everything, but just in case, hit save on that.
Kim, that's how you're going to set on those notifications in the settings version of that. So I'm going to go back to dashboard. Now where do I go, Josh?
Hold on. I'm going to approve you.
All right. So I've completed step 1 and step 2.
Scroll too far. So when I go in there and I approve each one of these applications, I set the expiration date for July 31st, 2026. That is the end of the bag season. All right, so now refresh, go hit your dashboard. Oh, wait, almost. I got to enable your artwork. Hold on. It's a little more behind the scenes that I have to do.
He said my keyboard was loud.
Okay, now refresh. Go back to your main page.
This again.
And then you'll see the notification on the right. New comment. The agreement has been signed. Okay, so that means you're good. Click on the comment one. Either one of them.
Which one?
That.
What are you talking about? This?
Yep. And then that goes back to the application dashboard. I said you're approved. You can submit your artwork now. Any questions, just ask away. And you can create a new message right there and chat back and forth with me. That's the easiest way to do this.
Post.
And then
He's so nice, isn't he?
Now go.
You got him off the road.
You're gonna do your, yeah, right. Go to your dashboard. You can click on the artwork right there. Yep. Submit artwork, light blue button up top.
Select brand. There's only one option. And then select artwork type. And there's 3 options. The one you want is sponsor/jersey. All right. I'm going to make this very clear. I'm going to post this. There's only one way that you should be submitting your artwork. It should say company name, -2026-dark. You should be uploading a dark and a light file. If you are only doing one, upload it twice with both names. Okay. Again, pro elite player jersey.
If you're a returning sponsor and you just want to use the same one from last year, just click that little checkbox right there. You will have to put in the mandatory fields up top, but click that check mark and you're good to go. You do not actually have to upload anything. But if you're changing your logo or you're a new sponsor, don't click that box and go ahead and hit submit.
Remember, guys, to upload the file, you have to submit this form first. And then Josh is going to walk you through the next step. This is
Well, you
where
see
I think
that little yellow box there? That's what the next screen is going to look like once you hit submit. Sorry.
No, you're fine. This is where a lot of people start to get a little lost. All right. So
click on files, right above the plus.
Yep. So we're going to go here, click files, upload new file.
Yep. Now left
upload.
Nope, left file.
This one?
Yep, and then you're going to have to insert a file.
All right. I'm going to come in here and find me a logo. I'm going to hit upload.
While you're doing that, yeah, so you hit upload and then you'll actually see the preview pop up. That's the preview. If you don't get the preview, it didn't work, okay? Kim asked question, how is a non-Cornell sponsor going to know light or dark? How do you explain this? Basically, what their logo looks like with a black or a white background.
Correct. Kim, I'm so glad you asked that question. Because we had a lot of those issues last year and players not explaining. And I know that it's not difficult, but it really is. If they're going to put their logo on a black piece of paper, what's it going to look like? We got a lot last year with like black logos putting on black backgrounds and you literally can't see it. Or we got a logo submitted for the white jersey that had a big black box around it. And that's literally all you see on the player's jersey. So please make sure that you explain to them if they ask like what's light and what's dark. Okay.
Going back to the artwork here, you clicked on file, you selected your file, and then you clicked upload. If you don't click upload, it will not show the preview. You have to click upload right there. Once you see the preview, you can scroll all the way up.
Just trying.
And then hit save. And then if you go back to your dashboard, I always click dashboard just to get home. And then there's your one artwork submission. Okay, click that. You'll see the line showing your artwork. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to approve that artwork.
He's actually going to deny
the next process.
He is actually going to deny my artwork because I put a JPEG in. You cannot submit a JPEG. You must submit an vector file, vector, AI, EPS, or an SPG.
I sent it back to you. So if you refresh that page,
if your logo is not approved, where would I go?
Awaiting. Yep, there.
Resubmit.
You have to resubmit it, and then if you open it, you'll see the comment saying wrong file type.
Wrong file type. And then you would just resubmit the correct.
By clicking on files and doing that same process.
Upload new file. Josh, can you give Kim the new file, the file types again? It's a vector file, Kim. It's AI, EPS, and then I think it's SVG is the other option.
You're right.
It is also in that document as well. Teresa, it's really not that complicated. It is just following the steps. In the link in the comments above, which I'll also send out in the Jersey Slack again after the call, it is literally laid out with images of the screen and what they're supposed to be clicking on, as well as step-by-step instructions. I've asked Josh to go through that document and literally dummy proof it to make sure that it completely makes sense and there should be no error. Justin is right, though. The reason we're doing this is because we wanted you to be able to share it with them. Now, I understand that this video isn't the cleanest in the world. I'm going to work on putting together that's just the screen recording of me clicking step by step. But we wanted y'all to see how quick it really is to do this process during the day when someone is available to approve it.
Yes, this video is for anybody, the full public knowledge, right, Kat? You can share this link.
Yes.
Okay, you can share this link for this video and the document, the step-by-step process with anybody.
All right. I'm using a different logo, but it's just the only EPS file I
To
have.
confirm, logo light would be the logo to go on the light jersey and the logo dark for the dark jersey.
Yes, ma'am. All right. I uploaded a new file in the right format.
Okay, well, basically, once I approve it here, which will be fine, you're going to show the process to actually order the jersey at a later time.
Correct. Ordering jerseys is not open yet. Okay, guys. We wanted to go ahead and do this video because we want your sponsors to start submitting their stuff now. We want all of your sponsors loaded in the system and ready to go by the time I tell you it's time to order your jersey. It will make life a lot easier. When you were waiting on a sponsor to put their stuff in and get approved to order your jersey, now you're waiting on them. We don't want you waiting on anyone. We want you to go ahead and start that process. So the minute I say jerseys are up for order, you can go ahead and order, and all of your sponsors are already in the drop down. Josh, can you approve my artwork so we can show them what that looks like?
You didn't submit it correctly. Click on artwork again.
See?
Awaiting submission. Open it again, and then green button up top. Submit.
Submit. See?
All right, let me refresh. I see it. I'm approving. And then if you go main page, click on artwork, and then decisions. It'll be in there as approved. Once they have this, they are done for the rest of this season. If they want to submit another, well, they can submit light and dark in the same submission. If they have, do you want me to know? Am I not saying it? Okay.
What?
Never mind. If they can do the light and dark in the same submission, and they're good to go. Once they are here and the artwork is approved, done until next season. July 31st, their agreement expires, and they just renew and go through this process again. Once they do it once, it's going to be very easy for future. So you can tell them you might have a little headache from this, but next year when you sponsor me again, because I brought the value to your business, then it'll be much easier. You like that?
Look at Josh. ROI, ladies and gentlemen. It is all about ROI. If you don't know what that means, it's return on investment. You must show that your sponsors, you are worth the investment. Okay. This is done. Once this is approved, I then take it, add it to the folder, and get it added to the drop down. Once it's added to the drop down, literally you go in there and order your jersey. If for some reason your sponsor tells you they're approved and you go in to order your jersey and that sponsor is not listed in the drop down, send me a Slack. Now, if your sponsor gets an approval from Josh at 3:59 and you go to order your jersey at 4:30 and they're not in there, it's because I have not had a chance to get to it. If your sponsor, give me at least 24 hours. If your sponsor tells you, hey, I just got my approval, give me 24 hours and then go in. And if for some reason they're still not there, please send me a Slack. I have tried very hard to be up on communication and keeping everyone informed and staying on top of things. However, once these jersey sponsor submissions start rolling in, it is a lot at one time. So just bear with us and give me at least 24 hours. Okay.
I like to keep that rule of thumb. Once the first wave has been uploaded, because there could be somebody tomorrow that goes in and gets approval and they're done and they're uploaded, but the actual website to order the jersey is not done yet. So Kat will give you the go ahead then.
If they get in before I tell you jerseys are ready to order, they'll be on the sheet when it's time to order. Okay. All right. I am going to switch back to our slideshow. And then sponsor logos. I was a jersey sponsor last year with our company, Kingslayer Cornhole. And I put these on here for an example because this is something I have done in the past. Okay. My file types are all in SVG. And then my file names will always go this way, right? Company name -2026, that's this year, and then /dark or light. As you can see on my slides, my first year I did a dark and a light, and it was my gold Kingslayer logo on the dark and my black Kingslayer logo on the light. I decided that I wanted our logo this past season to be on one of our jerseys. So I changed the light one to our logo and our dark stayed the text. Your logos do not have to be the same to go on dark and light, but they have to be listed dark and light because that is what will go on the white jersey and that will what go on the black jersey when you submit. If you want to submit different kind of logos or things of that sort, please reach out to me or have questions. Or if they submit to Josh, if Josh has a question, like if I'm going to be okay with it on the jersey side of ordering things, we will walk through it. If we can allow it, we will. Please understand it's 2 logos per company. Okay.
Kim, yes, we can actually share this video with the directors.
Believe Athena had actually posted this in the directors group today, but I will definitely make sure that I go back and post a recap as well as in the pro group. So, all right. So then after sponsor logos. All right. Popular questions. Who can submit when can a sponsor submit an application? Now. Like we said earlier, the sooner the better. Okay. We want to get as much done as we can before we say order. And then Josh and I are under the gun trying to get everybody approved and on the list. Okay.
That's how it has gone for every season in the past. Everybody waits till the last second and it's a cluster and our heads explode, your heads explode. Like it, don't wait. Do it now.
Oh, I must have pulled it from earlier too. Who do I contact if the sponsor has trouble? 1, you need to make sure that they have followed the step-by-step instructions. You've shared the sheet with them that I put in here earlier and will also share, as well as you have sent them this video to watch, right? We want to make sure that we've done all that we can to help them as a player before we send them to Josh. Okay. And then have them email Josh if they're still having trouble. Okay. The other question how do I make sure my bags are broadcast approved? You can just Slack me the images and say, hey, these are the bags I want to use. I plan on having this jersey. Does this work? Or, hey, do these bags work? Some will have too much and it won't work. So we'll go from there.
The question from earlier, when matching jerseys with your partner come into play, is it only for live streams and broadcasts, right?
Here, I'm going to remove this and then put that one on.
Any pro event live stream, so signatures and pro worlds, any pro event live stream or broadcast is when the jerseys and the bags come into play.
Correct. Any pro event live stream or broadcast.
I did add that to the popular questions on the slideshow if the slideshow is going to be shared.
There you go. Make sure the following. So there you go. All right. Questions. I know we answered a bunch. There was a bunch that came through that we answered throughout, so that's great. Any Q&As that you have right now, please let us know. Wesley, I know that Top 100 is the only people that will have guaranteed partners, but I'll say it again, like we said in some earlier seminars. We do suggest across the board that you pick someone that you plan on playing with this season for multiple reasons. When you qualify for the main brackets, you're going to want to have the same consistent partner for your pro doubles points. Okay. We understand that not every person is going to be the same person that makes it through every time. However, if you have that same partner consistently, it will help, one, after qualifying. Two, it helps on this side. If you run into a situation where you have to play with someone else that does not have the same color jerseys that you have, we will provide you generic jerseys if you are to play on a live stream and or a broadcast. Now, with that, those jerseys will not have your sponsors on them. So you are going to want to do your best. I did suggest, I had a conversation with somebody a while back. The generic jersey is actually, I'm going to go back here really quick so I can show you which ones the generics are. The generic jersey is the white and light gray and the black and the dark gray. Okay. Those are the two colors that we carry in a generic. With that being said, if those are the two colors that you order, you are guaranteed that if your person you have to play with has to wear generic, that you still get to wear yours, because that's the two colors they're going to get. I am not telling you that's what you have to do. I am just suggesting, if you are concerned with making sure that you are always able to wear your sponsor jersey, that those are the two colors I would make sure I have.
Your bags will have to match that if you're on live stream or broadcast.
Now, with that being said, black always go with any jersey that is black on the bottom, and white always goes with any jersey that is white on the bottom.
And if you have a small area of a different color in that bag, it's okay. But if black is the main color, the majority color, then that's where it works.
Can you only order one light and one dark? No, you can order as many as you want. You just have to have one dark and one light, because when it comes to broadcast and or live stream, high seed will always get choice. So if Josh and I are playing each other, Josh is the high seed and he chooses that he's going to wear his dark jersey, which is his black bottom. I have to wear a jersey with a white bottom. So you just have to have one.
Right now.
Yeah. You can order as many as you want. It's up to you. Now, for the free jerseys that are offered to you, if you do not choose to get sponsors, you will only get one of each. Any additional you would have to pay for. Bama, the list of final pros, contracts are due back tomorrow. So with that being said, contracts are due back tomorrow. If you have not signed your contract, please make sure you do so. As soon as all contracts are final, probably hopefully by end of day, October 2nd. So end of day on Thursday. I'm hoping to have a list together as long as all things go well. Bama, I'm actually waiting on that. With the change in material, we are waiting on our final cost on those so that we can get that out to you. I actually had a conversation about that earlier. I'm waiting for some feedback. But I will put that out as soon as I know.
Just give everybody a heads up. This process is being done a whole lot earlier this year. This is great that it's not even October 1st. The player season hasn't even started yet, and we're already talking about this. This is wonderful for everybody, especially those on the back end.
With that being said, though, the jersey process also has to be completed sooner, because our first signature is January 1st, right? So that means that when we get off of here and I post in Slack first thing tomorrow with the YouTube link to the video and the link to the sponsor application process, you want to send that to your sponsors if they have not already submitted their approval. Your bags, almost all of your bag sponsors all your bag sponsors are going to be already approved. They're just going to have to submit their artwork.
Some of them already have.
There you go. I know Josh told me the other day that a bunch of them are already in. Look at Justin.
Well, not a huge bunch, but
hey, I will take a bunch that haven't even been told it was open yet, that did it on their own. I'll take it. Justin, you are completely correct. We already have so many more things than we had last year at this time. The team in the background, I promise you, is working on so many things to try and keep us there. So it is it's a very good feeling across the board. As happy as y'all are, it's definitely good for us as well. So we did really good. I give you 5 more minutes if you have any more questions, and then we're going to jump off. Josh, we killed that. Under an hour, Q&A and everything.
Well, I'm cutting it off at 8. You can stay. I'm done.
It's not almost 9 for me.
Well,
There's
8.
a football game in the background.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. It doesn't look like there's any more questions, so I'm going to go ahead and cut us off. I love to see how many people joined the video this evening. We're all the way up to like 70 people at one time. That's great. That means everyone is actually, paying attention and wanting to understand the information, which is fantastic for me, and really appreciated across the board. I will post a link to this YouTube video as well as the link to the sponsor application process sheet in Slack, the Jersey channel in Slack tomorrow morning. And that way you'll have all that information as well as something in the director's page, Kim, to make sure everyone is good to go there. Please feel free to share with your sponsors. Please do share with your sponsors. Tell them the process is open. Go ahead and submit. I hope this answered all your questions on who can sponsor you, how the jerseys look, where the sponsors go on the jerseys, and all the things that you can do with them. If I didn't answer a question after I post tomorrow, please feel free to comment. And I see Teresa had a comment. Since we have to pay for the sponsor jersey, do you still get 2 free ones with no sponsors? Teresa, free jerseys are only offered to people that do not buy sponsored jerseys. We want to make sure that players that are not out money, if they do not have sponsors, to order jerseys that are required for them to wear. But if you order jerseys with sponsors on them, that is the jerseys that you'll receive. David, thank you for taking the time out of your evening to join us. Like I said, after I post tomorrow, if you have questions that come up and think, please feel free to shoot them over, and then I will answer them or ask Josh for an answer. So thanks so much, guys. We greatly appreciate you joining us. Have a good evening.